Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Live Open Conversation. Your host, Antonio. Hope everyone is having a good time. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Live Open Conversation. Today's topics are anger management, bipolar. Hi, Rachel. Hello, everyone. Anger management, bipolar, and schizophrenia. Hello, everyone. Can I get thumbs up? Thumbs up. I do want us to take this time to give my condolences to those that lost someone out in Florida in the school shooting out in Stoneman Douglas High School. There were 17 dead, 15 hurt. My condolences goes out to those families that had lost someone in this terrible tragedy that happened a week ago. Today makes a week that we lost these kids in the school in this massive shooting that took place. This is actually a good topic that I'm having today with anger management, bipolar, and schizophrenia. I know a lot of people are suffering from that. Just to let everyone know, I am live on 2 different cameras with Facebook and Instagram. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to Open Conversation. If you have any questions with any of my topics, please do not hesitate to send in those questions. I'm willing to answer them. I'm not here to send the wrong message to any one of you that are watching today. I do appreciate that you guys have taken the time to log in to watch a little bit of my show and to be part of this open conversation. Hello, Jaslyn, how are you? Hello, Evelyn. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Just to start with a little something, I have a little definition with anger management. Anger management is the process of learning to recognize signs that you're becoming angry and taking action to calm down and deal with the situation in a productive way. It is very true. Hello, Lady Strong. This is a very true issue. A lot of people do suffer from anger management. Good and pregnant. Oh my God. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jaslyn. I mean, you just shocked me with that news. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We're talking about anger management. A lot of people do suffer from anger management issues. People don't realize that their level of anger get to an extreme where they are 1 minute are okay and any little thing can take them off with saying something so out of the norm. No problem. Congrats on everything, hon. I do have a quote here for anger management. It says, anger is nothing more than an outward expression of hurt, fear, and frustration. That is very true. A lot of people live in a lifestyle of frustration. First of all, fear and hurt. It comes from childhood. It comes from how parents treat their children. So when they grow up into being these young adults or these older adults, they tend to lash out with the anger that they have built it up through the years. It looked like people's hitting me up on the messenger. People do have struggles with anger issues. We need to learn how to be able to control them and be under control with them, because at the end of the day, nobody is not here to tolerate nobody's anger issues. That's not even a disorder. That's a more of a mental issue that you may be having, that you are encountering within yourself. It could have been something that has happened in the past, previously. So at the end of the day, having anger issues, you need to learn how to count, be able to woosah yourself and count yourself down with some of the stuff that's gonna actually help you be able to get yourself under control. Because at the end of the day, nobody's here to tolerate nobody's attitude, but we still need to respect one another with the fact that some people can't tolerate how their anger comes out to one another. Sometimes their love is figured with having an anger issue. So at the end of the day, people need to learn to find patience. People need to learn to cope with this issue. The people that have anger management issue is in denial that they have an issue with themselves. So it is kind of, hard to compensate with what's going on with them emotionally, because they are broken down some way, some sort, so you can't put the blame all on them. So that's the issue with anger management that we are experiencing every day. I do have family members that suffers from anger issues. They need to find a way to be able to cope with that. Musa, walk away from the situation. Don't let yourself, get all carried away being someone that you're not, because we are all beautiful people inside and out somehow, some way, but we shouldn't be living our lives being forced from the anger issues that we are experiencing throughout the time. Thank you. Any questions? I know a lot of people just logged in. Welcome to Live Open Conversation. I'm your host, Antonio. It's an honor to be here today once again. This is like my 8th week with you guys. I'm happy to be coming out strong with a live show in this manner. Not many people accepts it, but I'm not here to worry about that, but to be able to engage with everyone and help everyone come across their issues and be able to repair what's actually happening to each and one of us, our families and our friends and everyone around us that not that associate with us, but to be able to help everyone, across the world. Everyone is suffering through something, somehow, some way. I know I said my condolences out to the students that passed away within the school shooting last week on Valentine's Day. It is sad. My love and support goes out to those family and those out there. I don't even have no words to express to what has happened over there. But my condolences goes out to those family members that have lost someone and those that are injured. I hope you have a speedy recovery and are able to come back to school. I know it's a nerve-wracking, but it is. It's nothing that we can't get by. Our country is stronger than that. Bipolar disorder. We have another issue that we are encountering through our families and friends that we constantly are experiencing. I know I have as well family members that have experienced experiencing bipolar disorders. It's basically a mental disorder marked by alternating periods of elations and depressions. That is very true. A lot of people that has a bipolar disorder are either depressed or, they're having a mental malfunction. People don't tend to be able to focus and be able to cope with what's happening, and they don't realize that they go from one mood to the other in an instant second. I have a quote. It says, bipolar people are easy. If you don't like their current mood, just wait a few minutes, it will change. That's how simple that is. If you don't like their mood, just give it a few seconds. They're going to change it in a matter of seconds. I'm telling you, it happens with an instant second. They're perfectly fine, and then next minute, they're cursing you out. They hate you. They dislike you. Whatever comes out of their mind, it's you know, it's unbelievable. You know, some people may not understand what a bipolar disorder is. Is a mental disorder. People that are suffering from bipolar disorders, it's a mental issue. It could have been something that has happened in the past with them, a tragic or something, built up emotions, so they tend to lash out on people. Same thing with anger management. Anger management is more being frustrated with just themselves, with life, with things, with work, with family, with kids, you know. So anger management is more of living trapped within yourself. A bipolar disorder is basically a two personality. They switch from 1 minute to the other. It happens in an instant second. You know, so please, people, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'm here to answer any of your questions. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. How are you? Hope everyone is having a good day. It's beautiful here. I just want to say thank you to Villain Smoke Shop for letting me host my show and their shop. And, you know, for Ink Villains, H2O water is wonderful. It's great for the body. It's pure. It gives you energy. That's one of the greatest things of drinking this water. Everything you look for in water. Everything you look for in water. Tattoo water. Tattoo water. Another great topic that I have here is schizophrenia. I do have a little problem saying that name. I do apologize. Schizophrenia is a mentality or approach characterized by inconsistent or contradictory elements. That's kind of tricky because it's something that deals with your mind. It deals with how your mind plays. It can go from hearing voices. It can go from believing that people are here to attack you, that are here to take you out. I know what you mean. I deal with it every day. Yes, this is real. This is not fake. A lot of people deal with this. It's something that your mind tends to not function correctly. It tends to do something that backfires. So your brain starts playing a backwards mind game. You know, it starts making you believe things that you shouldn't believe. It starts making you say things that you shouldn't say. It starts making you do things that you shouldn't do, that you know that it can be something that's wrong, and you tend to go ahead and do it as well. I do have a quote here. It says, imagine being bombarded with voices from invisible forces and stripped of your ability to understand what is real and what is not. You discovered you cannot trust your senses. Your mind plays tricks on you, and your family or your friends seems part of a conspiracy. It's very true. Your mind tends to play games with you. It tends to make you believe that, you know, it makes you start believing that you're not worth anything, okay? Then you start believing that everything around you or anyone around you is not real. It tends to play where you feel like everybody's an attack. Everybody's coming at you one way or another. Everybody is coming to you, trying to take you down. And these are just the mind games that your mind is playing with you at the time. It's making you believe something that's not real. You know, and a lot of people do suffer from this. Hi, Titi, how are you? Excuse me. Your mind starts putting, you know, things in there where it's unbelievable. You know, things that doesn't seem to have some sort of truth of what's actually happening. Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Hello. I know everyone is coming in little by little. It's 8 o'clock. Get your kids in bed. Get them all comfortable. Get on your live. Come over here and talk to me. It's open conversation. Feel free to ask any questions. That's what I'm here. I'm on live on Facebook. And as well, thank you. I'm on Facebook and as well on Instagram. I'm happy to be coming out live on Facebook as well. I had difficulties last week as well. I love you more. So I'm happy to be here today. So people, I know everyone that's on the show right now, is anyone experiencing someone or themselves that's having a little of anger management issues or a bipolar disorder or having a schizophrenia? You could be trapped in your own mind and you don't even know about these things. A family member can be going through this and you may not even know that these are the symptoms that can be playing around them and who they are. You know that they're not that type of person, or they're not that type of person, first of all, and something seems to not be right when some of these things starts occurring. Your son, what is your son actually experiencing, if I can ask you? I know people has questions, so give me a second. Welcome everyone to those that keep logging in. Welcome. Live open conversation. Your host Antonio. It's a pleasure to be here today, live from Facebook and Instagram. We are talking about anger management. We're talking about bipolar disorders and schizophrenia. Ooh, get a little tongue twisted in here. Anger issues. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of parents are experiencing these type of things that are happening. I don't know if it's something that, that they experienced within you when you were pregnant of him, or it could have been something more of, that happened in your household, and that anger is built up, because anger comes from built up anger, from being frustrated. Something could be happening in school too. Has a lot to do with his dad. You see, that's where the anger is coming from. He can be upset. He can be frustrated with the situation of what's happening with his dad or with you in general. You may not know that, but, it can be something in that sort, that he can be experiencing. Hello, everyone that just joined in. Hello. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being on live open conversation. I appreciate that. We are here talking about anger management, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. What is your take on mental illness and medication? Society is quick to suggest medication for everything in life. I know medication is appropriate on certain cases. I completely agree with you. To me, in my personal perspective, I don't believe in medications. For those that do believe in medications, I don't believe in medications. I think that a lot of the stuff that we go through is mental illnesses that we encounter with ourselves, and we don't seem to know how to handle it ourselves. So we go to society and feed off the society about, let's take these medications and see if this is going to work the situation. But guess what? Sometimes these medications are trying to repair something, but are messing up something else in your body. That's why you need to read some of these labels, some of the stuff that these medications have. These are made in a lab. These are being constructed, going through I believe is the FDA, trying to make sure that these medications are good for the people. And in reality, medications is not good for you. Sometimes you as a person, we have more willpower than what we think that we know. And we can actually control that ourselves from anything else happening, because you're trying to repair something and then now you're messing up something else. Because, and it happens. It's happened to a lot of my family members that are experiencing that right now that are on medication, and medication actually makes it worse for them. I did have another question. My grandson, he curses you out, breaks things. A while later, he acts like he ain't doing nothing. That is that could be an anger issue, but you know your grandson can be going through a lot with so many different situations that he has encountered, and maybe feel that there's no love and there's no connection between you or the mother or the father or anyone of the family that's part of that. You know, and I'm not saying it in a bad way, but sometimes kids, you know, they lash out because they're looking for an attention. You know, they tend to do something that they feel like they want to be able to get that attention from someone that they feel like should love them, or that knows that love them but just don't know how to show them that they are being loved by that person. So you know, that is something that you have to be able to engage yourself with and be able to at least, you know, talk. You know, with talking, everything can get solved. You know, try to figure out what are the issues, what are the things that he is encountering, and why is he encountering those things. But you know, there's always many other things that comes from that as well. It can be a genetic issue. You know, a lot of people don't really know that back in the day, people had these different disorders. Disorders that they never knew that they had. Thank you to Ink Villains for that tattoo H2O. It tastes really good. Any questions? Hello everyone. Thank you for coming in to Live Open Conversations. I'm not trying to be, you know, I hope that I was able to answer your questions in the best of my abilities, that, you know, that you are able to understand, you know, what I was trying to say. You know, I'm not trying to offend anyone with anything. You know, I believe that we are grown people, we are grown adults, and we can be able to talk about things with a respectful manner. So, you know, but, you know, about your grandson, you know, just show love, you know, show that you are really there for him, and know that, you know, you're not leaving his side, you know, because kids tend to feel something not right when it comes down to family members or something that's happening. Hello, Monica. How are you? How you doing? Hello, Instagram. How are you? Hello, Lady Sylvia. You know I said this earlier in my show, and I said it twice already. I just want to say once again, my condolences out to the families of the victims that were in the shooting last week. Today makes a week of that shooting. It was on Valentine's Day. For those that don't know, my condolences goes out to those family members that have lost their child in this tragic moment, and those that are injured. You know, I hope that, you know, you are on a speedy recovery to get back to doing what you most love and enjoy, what life is giving you at this point. You know, I mean, there's no words to explain that. There's so many things that's happening in this world, and we need to be able to be considerate about what's happening and protect our children. Hi, Victor. You know, and protect our children with our all powers, you know, and make sure that you are loving them like there's no tomorrow, you know. So please make sure that, you know, you love your children. That's important, not just only to me, but to everyone. We are talking about anger management, bipolar disorders, and schizophrenia. I'm having a little problem saying the word. I know my voice, my little Spanish slang is not working. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask those questions. Just a little recap. I know I'm half point of my time. I just want to say that next week it's February 28th. Um, it is the last day of the month. For those that don't know, I will be talking about that's a good topic. Give me a second because I'm gonna check something for you. I have to go through my little resources. Well, it's funny because a lot of people go through this. I don't know if you're the one that's going through this, but I know I have friends and families that have been in the military, and that for everyone, there was a question that says, what about people that deal with PTSD? For those that don't know what PTSD stands for, is a post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of military people, a lot of correctional officers, a lot of officers as well, they deal with something like this, and I think it's within due of time, the trauma that they encountered in their careers and their time. So this is a really good topic, and you know what, I'm gonna need to come back on that with you on another day with this topic, because a lot of people is suffering from that. Yeah, a lot of people is suffering from the PTSD. Is a post-traumatic stress disorder. For those that don't know what that is where people tend to, it's a traumatic, it's stress, but their mind is going crazy, and there's a lot of stress that they have coming back into society, trying to work and cope with being a regular person, so it is, a lot of people do suffer from that. I do have family members and friends that's been in the military, or that has been in a situation that has caused this PTSD. But that is a very good topic, and you know what? I'm gonna write that down. I know someone sent me something too. Hello, everyone. Sad thing about this is not a lot come up front saying they have it, because if that happens, they don't get benefits. That's the problem, that a lot of people that do have these issues, they can't even speak about these issues because of their benefits may not even work with them. And it is very true. A lot of people have this disorder and can't even speak about it because of, they won't be able to get the benefits that they need and the attention that they really do need with, and people don't want to come up front. Well, guess what? We're coming up front and we're talking about it. For those that do have PTSD, I'm sorry for what you're going through, but it is a great topic for us to talk about. It's sad. It's just sad for someone to be going through that. And that is basically a mental health problem that some people develop after experiencing or witnessing a life-threatening event, like combat, a natural disaster, a car accident, or a sexual assault. So that could come from anything. PTSD could come from a traumatic situation that they have encountered. And it could have been when they was a kid, or as an adult, or being in the military, or something that they have encountered in their life that could be that can have a PTSD with that. But I did write that down. That is a great topic for us to talk about. I know I'm in my half mark of my time. I do want to run through something real quick. Next week, Wednesday, I am going to be talking about gun laws. Oh, excuse me. I just want to say that I'm not here to offend anyone. I do want to educate people about this. Tell people about what the gun laws are. you know, if it's okay to teach your kids about these things, you know. So I'm not here to offend anyone. We all have different beliefs. We all have different meanings and different things that makes us who we are, you know. But we all have to respect one another's opinions and stuff like that when it comes to topics like that, because that is an iffy topic for next week. And as well, I will be talking about Black History Month. You know, I do want to show my appreciation to those that made this country. A lot of people don't take the time to say thank you to those that made it easy for us, but now it's back to what it was before, being hard and difficult to cope with in this time and generation that so much stuff is going on. And March, it's so many fun things, so many new topics that I am coming out, and I'm excited about that. You know, so we'll be working together to, hello, Jay Rosario, how are you? It will be great to show appreciation to those that made this country, you know. We are here today at Live Open Conversations. We are talking about anger management, bipolar disorders, and schizophrenia. You know, a lot of people are suffering from an anger management, anger issues, you know, so we need to, normal people need to, you know, what's the topic? It's anger management, bipolar, and schizophrenia. You know, and anger management is basically the process of learning to recognize signs that you are becoming angry and taking actions to calm down and deal with the situation in a productive way. You know, people that are suffering from anger management issues, my son has anger management, you know, and that plays a lot in what's happening in your life. You know, they have built up of anger inside of them. Sometimes it's hate that comes from that. You know, like a loner type thing that you tend to feel. Ask whatever questions you have. You know, that's what we are here for. You know, to answer those questions. Your questions will be read, and everyone will be able to hear what you're saying. What you mean normal? What I mean normal is basically us normal people that are not suffering from an anger management issue. You know, that's what I mean normal. You know, there is people that is in their families and friends that are not normal in the sense of their mind process, their attitude, their way of being, of how they treat others. You know, they tend to lash out for something so petty, something so stupid. You know, it's basically, you know, a frustration or fear or hurt that they have experienced in their life, and that's why this buildup of anger management comes out. You know, for those that don't know, anger management is it's frustration, fear, and a hurt that they have encountered or that they are experiencing, and that's why it's built up. It's a built up from that. You know, people don't know that. Bipolar disorder is a mental disorder marked by alerting periods of elations and depressions. People that have a bipolar disorder always have depression, you know, and they have multiple minds. They tend to, you know, be okay one minute and be not okay the next minute. You know, they could be talking to you and be like, oh, yeah. Next minute, you know, you say something and they just want to kill you. They want to just choke you up and take you down one way or another. You know, but we have to find the means, the energy to be able to cope with people like this, you know, because as much as we love these people, we got to learn how to cope with that. You know, a lot of people be like, oh, I don't want to tolerate that. I'm tired of their attitude. I'm tired of their double personality lifestyle. But you know what? What's happening here is that when you tend to start acting that way, people tend to act even more worse. You know, so if you tend to kill people with a little bit of the kindness and treat people with calmness and like, yeah, don't worry, things is gonna be fine. I apologize for what I said, you know, just to make them feel good, just to bring them back to reality. Because, you know, at the end of the day, what is the use of you trying to argue with someone that has an anger management issue? It's pointless. It's very pointless. Is Dev hard because he gets so mad he cries and shuts down? It happens. People, they're frustrated. That comes from a frustration. You know, the frustration that it could be from so many things. And, you know, I know that you are a wonderful mom yourself, you know, and many mothers in here too that can be experiencing the same thing with their kids, you know, but it comes from the frustration of maybe not seeing his dad, or the frustration of wanting to do something with that person and knowing that that person is not there to do those things with him. So, you know, but you have a great husband that I know that for a fact that he shows so much love and so much support to him, and shows him, you know, that there's no difference and who, you know, who's his real dad versus, you know, who his dad that's raising him at the moment, you know. So hey, Miss WP, hey boo, how are you? Schizophrenia is basically a mentality or approach characterized by inconsistent or contradictory elements. Basically, is your mind. Is your mind that's playing games. That's mental. For those that don't know, schizophrenia is basically a mental disorder. Mental. For those that don't know, it's a mental disorder. It tends to take over your mind. It tends to take over your body. It tends to take over everything and anything that comes along the way with it. You know, so people would have voices in their minds telling them that, one, they're not worth anything. Two, that nobody doesn't care about them. Three, they start believing those things and they start acting upon those things. I think I have someone that wants to be on the live. Let's see. Somebody came back in. So, hello, how are you? Hello. ¿Están discutiendo por allá? Okay. Think she didn't have no questions, but that's okay. For those that's on, schizophrenia is basically voices in your mind that's playing games. It makes you not trust your senses. Your mind plays tricks on you, and your family and friends seems part of the conspiracy. I have another request to go live. Give me a second. Hello. While I wait for that, it's connecting. Hello, how are you? I'm doing good. I don't know what's going on here. I'm having a difficult time hearing you. I don't know what's the reason for that. Okay. I don't know what's going on. It's not... You can hear me? I'm trying to read your lips. That's what I'm trying to do. For some apparent reason, I don't know why it's not. I can't hear crap. Send me the question, definitely. Thank you. Whew. Looks like Facebook. Hello, everyone that's coming in. Hello. For those that just logged in, we are talking about anger management, bipolar disorders, and we're talking about schizophrenia. Today is mental disorders that people. Yeah, I keep breaking up, but for some apparent reason, I can't hear you. I'm only able to read your lips. That's about it. It would have been nice to be able to hear you. But if you have a question, send it to me right now. I'm going to read it out loud here for everyone to know what's going on. Is anyone experiencing, like, their families or their kids that are experiencing anger management, having an anger issue or bipolar issue or schizophrenia? I can't really say that I've ever experienced something in the sense of schizophrenia, but bipolar and anger management, it does run in my family. People could tend to get really upset like that in an instant second, and may not realize that they got upset, and they would believe that they didn't get upset, that was exactly how they were. They don't recognize that they were upset at the moment or at the time. Oh Lord, this water gives me energy. Talking so damn much, my voice starts to dry out. Whew. Okay, back in business. Feel good. It feels good. Da na 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 na. So good. So good. I gotta drink my tattoo H2O. Any questions? Hello everyone. I know a lot of people still logging in. I do have 20 minutes on the clock. We are in the process of anger management, bipolar, and schizophrenia. If you are experiencing or know someone that's experiencing this, please do not hesitate to ask me a question in regards of this. That's what I'm here for, to answer any of those questions that you may have. This is open conversation. Open up. Let's have a conversation about what's happening, what you're experiencing, or who is experiencing these things. Let's see if we can all find a solution or a resolution to make things better, not just only for us, but society and for themselves. A lot of people seem to not understand some of these things that are happening to certain individuals within our families and friends. Some people don't understand that. Yes, Monica, I completely understand what you're saying. Yep. Hello, how are you? To those that just logged in, hello. I am live on Facebook and Instagram. For those that don't know, I am actually on 2 separate cameras. I'm actually happy to be on both, being able to communicate to many people and to everyone. We are talking about anger management, bipolar, and schizophrenia. I do have a little problem with saying that word. Anger management anger is nothing more than an outward expression of hurt, fear, and frustration. For those that are experiencing that, you are either frustrated, you have fear of something or someone, or there's some sort of hurt that you are encountering, that you have encountered within your family, yourself, or with someone else. People don't realize that anger management comes from a frustration. You're either frustrated with yourself, life, or someone did something to you. Fear comes from many things, so know how to be able to musa yourself, know how to walk away from whatever problem or issue that you are encountering, know how to be able to control your mind and your mouth with saying things that is inappropriate or to hurt someone else without intentionally trying to do that, so Anger management could be a big issue for a lot of people that's nowadays with so many things that's happening, fear, scared, so they tend to feel like they want to come lash out on you about certain things and about certain issues that, that they're encountering in that moment. Bipolar disorder is a mental disorder. For those that don't know, it comes from a depression. It's basically something with a double personality. You could go from being happy to being mad and upset really quick. Hello, Miss Thompson. How are you? Schizophrenia is basically it's voices that are trapped inside your mind that's making you believe something that's not believable. That's what basically that is. And a lot of people are experiencing these things. A lot of people it looked like I have a question that they just sent. I am gonna actually read it. Bringing last week's topic about bullying and today's topic, mental problems together. I want everyone to understand the difference between having some type of mental problem like ADD, ADHD, bipolar disorder, etc., and abuse, bullying. Last week I shared I was bullied by my kid's father. I was in an abusive relationship. This man abused me physically, mentally, and emotionally, right? I had enough that I was able to run, so I put a restraining order to him. And the day we went to court, his parents wrote a letter to the judge saying to please forgive him because he had ADD and takes medication. This is a really good issue that's happening here. She is still actually typing, so give me a second. Let's see if we can actually resolve this issue. I have about good 13 minutes on the clock. Let's see if we can get it down pat. Anyhow, anybody has any questions? Any questions? Just a recap for next week. We are going live next week, Wednesday the 28th. We're talking about gun laws. I know it's an interesting topic for most people. And Black History Month, be thankful for those that made this country what this country is about, etc. So the judge kind of favored him until I stood up and said, Your Honor, the problem with mental issues nowadays is that these people will use that as an excuse and do whatever and get away because of an issue. Well, that is very true. A lot of people do tend to use that mental issue as an excuse, and there's no excuse to that. So the judge took his glasses off and listened. This is a really good issue that's happening. A lot of people use sometimes these mental disorders with saying, that they didn't mean to do what they did because they have a disorder. But guess what? Just because you have a disorder, you should be held accountable for what you did. Because at the end of the day, if you was able to think and do what you did, then you should be held accountable for it. Am I right? I believe so. I know a lot of people do suffer from bipolar disorders and anger management. And they need to always find a way to be able to solve and feel comfortable within themselves, to be able to recognize that they were wrong on what they said. I said, so if he kills me, is going to get away with it because he has a mental problem. That is a really good thing, because, that's the problem that's happening now in America, that people are getting away with some of the stuff that they are doing because supposedly they have a mental disorder, Some people have a mental disorder, but it can't be that bad. They can't be going through so much that they can't physically, not take control of what's happening. I know that schizophrenia comes from your mind playing games. You know, that is kind of tricky when it comes to that, you know, because your mind is basically, it's voices inside of your mind speaking in regards of something that's not even true or that is not believable. Let me make that clear. Schizophrenia is something in your mind, voices that's playing inside of there that's making you believe something that's not real. Okay? It's something that is not real. For those that don't know, it's something that is not real. And I completely understand where she's coming from with what she's saying, you know, because a lot of people use this as this mental disorder, you know, and they want to bully people, because I know one of my topics was bullying, about kids bullying other kids, adults bullying other adults. You know, this is happening every day, and it's always the start of from your home where everything happens. You know, so we either have to find a control of what's happening to make life a little bit more easier for us. And she said, and I also added, he is capable of talking, walking, working, stealing, etc. So is he really mentally disabled? No, absolutely not. And boom, he favored me, made the restraining order permanent, and sent him to anger management. Well, I mean, anger management he needed, to be honest with you. Hey, Wilfredo, how are you? Hope that you guys are doing okay over there. I love you. Hope to see you guys soon. I will be calling you soon as well. I know that I have a little bit... oh, excuse me. I know I have a little bit time left on the clock. For those that just entered the room, I have been live on Facebook and Instagram. It's been an honor to be here today with everyone, talking about anger management, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask those questions. I mean, I just want everyone to know the difference, and don't let these people fool you. Yeah, some people use these different types of I love you too, honey, you know, and I'm actually happy that you are in a better relationship, in a better state of mind with who you're with now. You know, I completely understand where you're coming from with what you're saying. A lot of people use these different mentally disorders to be able... your wife is bipolar. I can't really speak about that. You know, if your wife is bipolar, you live with her, so you must know more than I do. But your wife is an amazing woman, so you shouldn't be saying that she's bipolar. But if she is bipolar, it's a mental disorder. You have to find a solution to that problem. You know, but I do have a good quote for you. It says, bipolar people are easy. If you don't like their current mood, just wait a few minutes, it will change. I hope that actually works out for you. She's crazy when she doesn't get breakfast. Well, I mean, breakfast is a big key of your of the start of your day. So, she's a jackass. No, she's not no jackass. But I love her. You're terrible. But, you know, just give her a few minutes. Her mood is going to change. You feed her a little bit of breakfast, that's it. Her mood is going to change. Remember, bipolar people, it's just a quick moment thing. It's not happening all the time. Anger people that are angry or frustrated or feared about something or hurt, they tend to take a while longer to calm down than opposed to someone that's bipolar. Bipolar goes from and then they go back to being normal after they already said or did what they needed to do. So I'm bipolar, laughing my ass off when I'm hungry and want to be spanked by my hubby. Oh my God, that needs to be spoken to on another night. If she's bipolar, just give her space. That's what you got. You know, if she's bipolar, just give her some space. But, you know, if she's hungry in the morning, just feed her. I think that's going to change the whole mood for the rest of the day. Because as long as you're feeding her, you're good. But she's very sweet after she eats. I'm happy that she is sweet. Because after getting a nice meal, I mean, who wouldn't be sweet? You know? Right after she eats. Yeah, all that goes away, you know? that bipolar is a quick thing. You know, that's just a moment. Anger issues, it comes from a frustration or fear of what's happening. You know, it could be something that you got her so upset now she doesn't even know how to musa herself down. You know, so at least she's not experiencing that. Maybe she wants to get spanked too. Maybe she do want to get spanked. Who knows? You know, give me some flung. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. Oh. Well, guys, I know I got 5 minutes on the clock. Once again, thank you for being here today on live open conversation with me, your host, Antonio. It's been an honor to talk about anger management, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Just remember, take time to take everything into consideration. Don't let the bad get to you. Make the good out of everything. Make life as perfect as you can. Respect others, love others, and please, let's not kill nobody. You know, because all these different things can always tend to turn out to something so negative. And we have to turn these negative things into positive feedback. So she gets it, LOL, right after breakfast. Also, that means that she gets a spanking right after breakfast after she's already eaten. So that means that she needs a little spanking. That's what you mean. Well, that's got to be a good thing. You know, that's a good relationship. You must like your bipolar wife. Hello, Lady Strong. Hello, welcome. I'm just giving my last final thoughts, like Jerry say on his show. Next week we're gonna be talking about gun laws. We're gonna be talking about Black History Month. For those you know that wasn't here to hear it earlier, we are gonna be talking about first 30 minutes about gun laws, and then the second 30 minutes will be about a little bit about Black History Month. Hello, Miss Ortiz. How are you guys? Needs to go to the midnight session. Wow. I'm going to stay out of that conversation. Thank you so much, guys, for being on my live show. It's been an honor. You know, today, I just want to say my condolences to those that lost a son or daughter out in the Stoneman Douglas High School. 17 of them were dead and 15 of them were hurt. Sorry that this has, you know, had to happen. But, you know, my condolences goes out to those family members. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been on my live show. Thank you so much. My favorite topic, gun laws. Well, I'll be coming live next week about gun laws next week. I just don't want to send the wrong message to anyone. If you want to be on my live show, why you don't come over here? Maybe you can help me with that live for next week, and you can be a host on my show, and we could talk about it. This is next week's live. February 28th will be about gun laws and Black History Month. I think it's me want. So we should get together for next week Wednesday. It's at 8 o'clock, my live show. Maybe you could be my host and we can teach people about different things about guns and talk about what is the background of all that, you know, not to scare people away about it, you know, but to educate people on it. You know, thank you guys. Thank you to being on with me on my live open conversation. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I'm coming back next week on Wednesday, February 28th at 8 p.m. And we're going to be talking about gun laws, Black History Month a little bit. Today's topic was about anger management, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Take time to appreciate and love one another. Take time to show that you care. Respect each other. And until next time, I love you guys.